that nicotine by itself is published to be a reversing agent and a cure for Parkinson's?
No idea.
Did you know that nicotine, and I'll just so y'all know, if y'all think I'm lying, go download the presentation. I have every research article with the title and the statements of the conclusions of the scientists that in all these cases, my statements are true. Did you know nicotine is a reversing agent and a cure for Parkinson's? Did you know it is a curing agent and a preventative for Alzheimer's? Did you know nicotine can prevent and cure multiple sclerosis? Did you know during the pandemic, they were able to prove and show that they could dissolve a brain tumor in any mammal with nicotine in 3 days? Nicotine all by itself. Did you know it is published that nicotine by itself can reverse hypothyroidism? Did you know, and this article on the screen is, they're reversing Parkinson's disease with nicotine in plants. So people are eating veggies high in plants. With nicotine. So when I highlight there, go back up to this slide right above that, right there. I highlighted in blue right there. The lie can be maintained only for such time as the FDA, can shield the people from the political, economic, and military consequences of the lie. For this quote, who benefits? How does the state benefit, Seth, from shielding all of us for 30 years that nicotine is a curative product for Parkinson's, a curative product for Alzheimer's, a curative product for MS, a curative product for brain cancers, a curative product for type 1 diabetes, a curative agent for ulcerative colitis, a curative agent for arthritis, a curative agent for all of these diseases? What's the economic impact for the state, the FDA, by maintaining this lie? It's real easy here, people. If you don't know nicotine prevents all of those diseases, you're not going to use their products. And guess what you're going to need when you start developing those diseases because you're not benefiting from nicotine consumption? This nutrient. You're going to develop Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, MS, ulcerative colitis, brain cancers. And now what can the medical profession sell you? Prescription drugs, chemotherapy, radiation for all of those. And guess who's the largest lobbying power for the FDA and for our Congress, for the state? Who pays the state off more than anybody with bribes called lobbying money? The pharmaceutical industry.
Pharma. Man.
So in order for the state to maintain the lie, they had to lie to you.
This is big.
Yes. Oh, Seth, this is huge. Okay, so in LA, I couldn't believe it. I made this presentation. It's the first time I've ever even given it. It took me a whole week to build it out because I was so excited to learn this stuff and being asked to only come do a presentation on nicotine, the reality of nicotine. So I get there and there's a couple, a husband's on the front row and a lady next to her, his wife. She jumps up and comes running to me when I'm walking in through the back door to come do my presentation. And she is bawling, crying, Seth. And she hugs me. I can't believe I get to meet you. Thank you for being here in Los Angeles. Me and my husband just flew down from Alaska, Dr. Artis, just to come see your presentation. We're going right back to the airport after this. I'm so excited that you're here. You have changed my life. She's crying. And I said, I'm really glad that you came all the way from Alaska. And she goes, no, you don't understand. I hope you're going to say something about it today in your presentation. I don't know what you're talking about, but I knew you were closer than being in Dallas to me in Alaska. So we flew down to see this. Dr. Artis, my husband was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 6 years ago. Our whole life has been a wreck. 6 months ago, I watched a presentation you did where you showed how, separate from this LA presentation, for my audiences, I did a whole presentation on how to beat Parkinson's. And nicotine patches were a part of the actual presentation. She said, Dr. Artis, 6 months ago, I started putting a 7 milligram nicotine patch on my husband. Within 2 weeks, all of his Parkinson's symptoms disappeared. He is Parkinson's free. He doesn't even have Parkinson's anymore. Our whole life has been changed because you did a presentation on how to beat Parkinson's with nicotine. And I said, oh, that is phenomenal. Thanks for coming. And I walked over. The husband got up and greeted me and thanked me for all my presentations and research that I've done. His whole life has changed. And I looked at both of them and I said, y'all are really going to enjoy this presentation because in this presentation, I have 4 research studies that nicotine can cure Parkinson's. And I'm going to take all the medical professionals and all the lay people through it. And the people, it was just incredible. Did you know, Seth? Oh my God, the last thing I did, I said, now that I've showed you all these diseases that can be cured with nicotine, why are they bastardizing nicotine and trying to get it out of our citizens' ability to purchase it by the year 2030. Do you see the setup, Seth? The setup is we could sell a lot more drugs and vaccines to people if they don't know there's this miraculous nutrient that's in our food and in tobacco products that we made more evil and disease causing. And then we lied to everybody and told them that it was something else. Yeah, the nutrient. So anyway, this is a very big deal. They're bastardizing this. But at the very end, I said, now that I've shown you all of these neurological diseases. Oh, have you heard of myocarditis, Seth Holhouse?
Isn't that one of the benefits of the COVID vaccine?
Yes, that is one of the published benefits. If you have a healthy heart and you want to be able to feel it, and have chest pains reminding you that you have a heart and have scar tissue on your heart, increase your risk of death within 5 years to 50%. You actually get a COVID-19 shot so you can develop something called myocarditis. Myo means muscle, cardia means heart, itis means inflammation of. So this is inflammation and damage of the heart muscle.
What you're going to say here.
Yeah.
Nicotine cures and prevents myocarditis.
Oh my God. I actually show the world that in 14 days of 3 days of nicotine treatment, within 14 days, all symptoms and damage of the heart is reversed by nicotine alone.
Gosh. So
there were cardiologists there, medical doctors there. They were like, wait, what? And I said, so all of you people that have been diagnosed with myocarditis since you got the shot, has your cardiologist told you that nicotine was right for you? I bet they haven't, but here's a proof that you can cure it. And I showed studies where they injected viruses inside of animals to elicit viral myocarditis. Well, what are we seeing in the world today? Viral myocarditis. So they're injecting them with viruses causing myocarditis. And within 3 days of nicotine treatment, they're reversing all of their myocarditis symptoms and scarring and damage. Oh my goodness, it's G. Edward Griffin.
He's my next interview coming on. So we have to.
He's the man.
We have to wrap up.
So let me just wrap this up.
Yes. So the final words here. If someone's watching this and they're like, okay, I want to start taking nicotine, what do they do?
Yep. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the drartistshow.com and there is what is called a nicotine PDF underneath patient resources. It's all free. Just click it. And I actually take everybody through how to use nicotine, either to reverse long hauler COVID symptoms, how to prevent acute COVID symptoms, how to reverse vaccine injury. You'll see nicotine PDF right there. You just click it, download it. And then if you want to learn more about why the state has had to lie to us for 30 years, J. Edward Griffin will appreciate this. In the presentation, we show you during the pandemic, they reversed brain tumors called glioblastomas, which represents half of all brain tumors right now in the world being diagnosed. They could reverse in 72 hours the entire brain tumor with just 2 different doses of nicotine for 3 days. They actually show you they can dissolve the whole brain tumor with nicotine. Now, throw on G. Edward Griffin's incredible work, A World Without Cancer book he wrote 50 years ago. And throw in Laetril, vitamin B17, and oh my God, you have a world without cancer and prevention, and it is totally possible. And I couldn't be more proud and honored to even be on a screen where this guy is. What a hero to me and a legend. All right, so this is the last thing I'm going to say.
Yes.
In my presentation, for those of you who don't know, I blew everybody away there. Even Del Bigtree was sitting there. I said, I got to show y'all something. Did y'all know that they use nicotine patches to reverse autism symptoms in children and adults all over the world in 7 days or less? So I showed the whole world the studies, and everybody was just like, oh my God. I said, so now you know why it is the state has had to use all of its power to repeat the lie and then suppress you from understanding their economic consequence of the lie. They have made billions of dollars off of lying to us about the benefits of apricot seed contents and nicotine in our vegetables and in our plants. And God gave us both of them.